Oh man, if I could actually make money doing this, I would actually be the best investor on this website, besides Sevidus, because there's actually nobody that knows this stuff better than me. So is this basically like, what's this based off of? Follower count? The stocks increase in price based on follows, views, etc., as well as trading. Oh, maybe that's hard then. This is so weird. Hey, Hap, what's up, man? How you doing this morning? Is every streamer on here? I don't think so. Only the most popular ones? DSTN, dude. It just started tracking it. This is so weird. I didn't know this is his actual channel description. That's pretty funny. I bet if I log in, then it will probably aggregate me or something. It doesn't want any permissions, I think. Yeah, there's some way to get added probably. This is funny. It's kind of a cool idea if we understand like how people get added. Will Ninja rise as well? No, not at this point. Not unless he changes his trajectory quite a bit, which is easy for him to do, but I don't think he'll do it. I have no idea how to actually add myself to this website. What's this button? Can I short Ninja? Follow count, average viewership, channel views, as well as real trading from end users like yourself. Follow count, average viewership, channel views. Follow count, average viewership, channel views. That's hard. It depends on how much weight it puts on average viewership. Follow count and channel views are super arbitrary metrics. Like, we don't use them at all to be able to track anything. So who knows? Those are really weird. But average viewership is pretty easy to guess. This is such a cool idea. People found this so fast. I wonder how much time this took to build. Dude, I would invest so much in Moon stock. Where is that guy? I just saw him go by. Moon stock is a long hold, man. No, it's just a joke. There's no real money. Everyone starts off with $100,000, I think. The thing is with a lot of these streamers, if you're based on average views, channel views, and follows, a lot of these people are already established. Well, actually, all of them are, right? Because they're just aggregating the top 500. So I don't know. The whole I guess I'm overanalyzing this, but the whole thing is pretty arbitrary. It's not really based on any real value of the streamer. What you'd have to do is you'd have to track it by average views, hours watched, and minutes watched per unique viewer if you wanted to be real meta about it. Andy, thanks for the Twitch Prime, man. We're 2 away from maintaining 200 subs. So if we get 2 more subs, that's amazing. Thank you very much, man. So the question would be, which streams are going to grow while already in the top 500? That's interesting. That's an interesting idea. Short right games, dude. Well, it's weird because, okay, if it's average viewership, like, okay, here, I'm going to teach you guys all how to make $1 zillion if the system works the way I think it does. Literally just buy Riot Game stock every Thursday and then sell it every Monday. Because Riot just runs the same event, right? So the average viewership is going to go up. The channel views will go up. And the follows will go up. Because Riot just runs the LCS. Wow. I did it. Yeah, same with ESL. I did it. I am so smart. Day 9 TV is always a buy, dude. Is botting to appear higher on the page a negative? I would think it'd be horrible for growth. What do you mean? I don't understand the question. And like botting in the context of Twitch? Thanks for showing me that. That's cool. I always see my mod retweeting this guy. This dude, Sugar Dad. Have you guys seen this guy? Apparently, he gives money every day to people that retweet. 18,500 is available for one person who retweets, but like everybody says that it's, but it always says look down for proof. This is probably a scam, right? This is definitely a scam. Yeah, 100%. Why does he do this then, I wonder? Oh, he was added on Twitter? Oh, really? For ad revenue? Yeah, I was like, there's no way, right? They must reply with Sugar Dad, give me the cash to win. Yeah, this just seems so sketch. You got to click links to enter giveaway? Okay. Okay, I see. Sorry, view botting. Okay, so is view botting to appear higher on a page a negative? Well, yes. In the context that it's not allowed by Twitch, right? That's not good. But yeah, view botting is always a huge positive for a channel. I mean, so let's like live in another world where view botting is not illegal. It's the best thing you can possibly do for your channel. That would be amazing if you view bot. The average user won't notice that your channel is full of fake people, and also you can view bot really effectively. Like you could all be view bots right now if I really wanted you to be. Dude, like how much would an AI have to duplicate to mimic Twitch chat? Let's see. All I have to do is program it like with like 5 emotes. PogChamp, Monka S, and like oh my dog, and lol. Oh, dude, I did it. Nobody tell the difference. And then like literally viewbots are so brain dead. The viewbotters that are so brain dead on the websites, they don't even try. They just put names like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6. Then you go into like the viewer list and you like look at it and you're like, well, this is obviously a botted stream. But all you need to do is you just need to like sign up for a list of like 500 Twitch accounts that are just 2 random words together: sugar donkey, donkey's dad, apple fruit farm. You know, just like and then have them post emotes and like occasional comments like, hey, what are you doing? Or what is this stream? And you can switch these things around and nobody will ever know that you're viewbotting. Everybody that viewbots is just an idiot. It's like, and yeah, viewbotting is very, very good. It's like really good for a channel. The best thing you can do, because Twitch and its infinite wisdom only allows you to aggregate any kind of discovery on Twitch by doing views. Your concurrent viewership is literally the only way to get discovered on Twitch. Now, would I viewbot or recommend viewbotting? I have a moral code against it. I kind of wish I didn't, because it's just it's so effective. But yeah, there may be some ways for Twitch to detect it on the back end, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they can't. They say that they can, but I don't believe them. Is collabing better than viewbotting? No, nothing's better than viewbotting. if you view like if you in a vacuum, nothing's better than viewbotting. Just the way that Twitch works. Can they prove the owner of the channel is the one viewbotting? No. Twitch definitely knows when people are viewbotting. They can't ban without proof that they're the ones viewbotting. Can you explain how they know? Can I give you another example to why I'm pretty sure that's not true? So one of the best form of legal viewbotting, it's super easy, okay? All I have to do is I go to a popular website that gets like 40 to 50,000 hits a month, and I embed a pixel of my stream onto that website. And then zing, I have 400 to 500 passive viewers that are coming in from the embed that don't even know they're there. And if you look at like Gamepedia, they do this, right? Or they've been known to do this. I don't know if I'm going to find it right now. Oh, here you go. Okay. So this is an embed. Perfect example. ESL CSGO. There's a lot of people going to Gamepedia.com for tons of different reasons. And they may not be to watch a stream, but this stream auto plays and counts as a view when I come on here. So if you want to be big brain about viewbotting, all you need to do is and this is legal. You can completely do this. You just have to embed streams on websites. Super easy. Buying real views would be better, but not more cost effective. I wonder if you could buy real views authentically. I've thought about that a lot. Like if you could run like Facebook campaigns or Twitter or something. I've thought about that a lot. Embedded streams are the same as viewbots. They work exactly the same, except that Twitch allows one and doesn't allow the other. Didn't they ban just 1 pixel embeds in the toss? I don't know. If they did, it's a really recent thing I haven't heard of. What's up, Brayden? Welcome back, man. The issue is that people will view bot other streams to get them banned. Yeah, well, that can happen, but doesn't really happen in practice. If somebody's view botting, it's almost always the streamer. The thing is, this is my opinion on this. This is just like everything I said before was pretty factual, but this is just my opinion. I think criminals are pretty stupid overall. And also there's a psychological element that's really interesting about being a criminal, which is like, if you're a criminal, you automatically think that all of the authorities are out to get you. So like a person that's view botting is going to start acting way different if there's staff in their chat versus if they're not view botting. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that criminals oftentimes catch themselves. And I've listened to like a lot of podcasts about this. It's like super interesting. That like if you had like a true sociopath that was just murdering people and covering it up well, it would be really hard for the police to ever find out how that they did it. The way that they catch people is that like people start like acting strangely and get in their head about it. And it's the same with like view botters. When a view botter, like Masan or with that guy that view botted and he was outed for view botting or whatever, right? He acted so weird about it. He couldn't like I think that was the guy. I might be thinking of someone totally different. I don't want to shout out at someone that didn't do it. So there was like some broadcaster who was view botting and he got outed and then he started acting like really weird about it and was like, no, like I'm not doing that. Like, why would I do that, guys? Like that was not happening. And like everyone's like, well, yeah, you're doing it. And like just like a person who was innocent would just write it off differently, right? Like they wouldn't defend themselves as much. They would act differently. So I think that the way that Twitch catches a lot of these people is they just catch themselves. Also, like they'll do stuff like I have my screen here, right? And then on my left is like OBS, and like here's OBS, right? You can see like the time portal. Well, I am okay. And then like except like here I'll have like a title that'll be like viewbot.exe, you know? I'll have something like that. Like if I'm I'll like criminals are really dumb, so they'll like put something like on their computer like that, and then eventually they'll get outed. What's really funny is like any like really good like true person who's like dedicated to this and understands would just like go behind 7 boxies on like a freaking laptop under a floorboard in their apartment, right? And there's like nothing that anybody could do. One of the reasons why I keep everything above water, and I always have in business, like I've kept everything very legal, is just because I don't want to deal with like, my dad said something to my dad's a business guy. I never talk about my family. I won't talk about it here, but like my dad's a business guy. I love my family a lot. And my dad's my hero. And my dad told me one time when I was starting to get into business, he was like, you can run any business that you want. Just make sure that when you look in the mirror every night and every morning, you can live with yourself and you can fall asleep with something that's not on your conscience. You can wake up with something not on your conscience, because the worst feeling in the world is when you wake up and you have something heavy weighing on your soul because of the actions that you take. And so I always like, I think it's just like a selfish thing. I just don't do that stuff. I'm 100% sure I get away with view botting and nobody would ever know. It's so easy. Especially with what I know, right? I never would do it because I just don't want to live with like the weight of it. It's like that for everything, I guess. I mean, it's just speaking personally about like why I would do something. It doesn't really have any context to what we're talking about. What I'm saying is that most people that viewbot are going to viewbot badly. They're not going to do it like behind 7 boxies or whatever. Gigantic news, but at first glance, I'm not sure it's great news for the industry. It sets up a relationship between teams and distributor and, Amazon that echoes the slide towards platform dependency in journalism. What? Out of curiosity, what do you think is a better method for discovery for Twitch other than more viewers, more viewers? equals more viewers. Okay, so there's two ways to interpret your question. Do you mean like what exists right now for better discovery on Twitch? The answer is nothing. Just make YouTube videos. Or do you mean, in theory, what should Twitch do? What ought Twitch do? The comparison is obviously not one-to-one, but there are parallels. I'm revising a journal article on this right now. Attempt for Twitch to re-centralize the streaming ecosystem, expensive third-party sponsors and touting to do this work, but don't have the Twitch's backend. What should Twitch do to have better discovery? Easy. They should actually take the time to make an intelligent learning platform like YouTube and Facebook did, right? So when YouTube serves me content and I type, I don't know, like Emancipator, which is a cool band that I like, I know that I'm going to get content that's relevant to what I want to see and what I've looked at before. And further, if I go here, I also get recommended other stuff that I might like, right? So what Twitch would do is they would build a system of tags. This is how YouTube started it, right? They build a system of tags for different streamers. So like Mylixia is like business, and like serious talks, and like gameplay, and some kinds like improv, get comedy or whatever. You just make a series of tags. And you teach the system to recognize stuff by how a chat responds to it, and which is easy. We have that technology now, and you can even aggregate it by video itself. You can tell a lot of stuff about streamers based on video. NerdFusion collects a ton of data through intelligent learning by doing two things. We scrape chats of streams, and we can figure out how many times you guys say the word lol, or how many times you guys say the word pizza, or how many times we get the word that you guys talk about fitness, right? We can scrape the video of the streamer, and we can see that kind of stuff too. And so all Twitch would need to do is they would need to make an intelligent learning platform. I say all they need to do. This is a huge project. It's a multi-billion-dollar project. But if you're a platform of any serious caliber, you should take this upon yourself to do. Make an intelligent platform that aggregates by tags and then effectively serves that content to the users based on their interest. It would be an infinitely superior system. And before Mylixia is actually viewed by, and there's only 15 people here in chat. Wouldn't that be like a super awesome arch villain move if I gave that whole talk and I'm the one view butting the whole time? So like you see Twitch trying to do this. Like basically Twitch is doing everything that they can do to try to not create a system like this that'll cost them a lot of money. So, for example, if you remember, the first thing they try to do is communities. It's like, well, you can find more relevant streamers through communities, but no one's going to use this because it doesn't actually do anything for the end user that improves their user experience at all. So then they depreciated when they trashed it. They put it in the can for communities. And then they're like, well, we have a tag system now, which means like if I go on my dashboard, right, I'm English. This is selected for me. I'm English. You can ask me anything. I do improv comedy. I do business, and I don't know why MOBA is here. I didn't put that there, but I put improv, business, and AMA. And then you can select other tags like I do glass blowing or some shit. 2 subs to 200, by the way. And that's great, I guess. But these 3 tags are generally describe what I do. Problem is that no user actually engages with those tags in a way that would cause them to actually find my stream. And then further, right, Twitch doesn't use those tags on the back end at all. So would you make bots that joked about being bots? Oh, yeah, 100%. I'd get so creative with the bots that I made. They'd be amazing. Any tips for someone who wants to stream but is getting 0 viewers, or in other words, no exposure? Go to Facebook. Doesn't Amazon already have an AI? In the context of its shopping system, yeah. Oh, hey, Lagus with the tier 1 and Storm Hughes. Thank you very much. Wait, did that actually get us 200 or 190? It says 199. Hang on. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I think Storm. Oh, it did count as 200. We did it. Good job. Thank you very much. So stuff like this, yeah. Amazon has a sophisticated shopping algorithm, right? That will recommend stuff. Like it knows that I purchased the 5 love languages, so it wants to recommend me stuff based on that. But that's not the same as a tag-based system for recommending streamers. The AI would have to be built out custom, but they could use AWS and Amazon to a great degree to do this. They're just too lazy to. Can't search other algorithms be a negative? Like recent Forbes article, YouTube's related video algorithm helpful to predators. Durhurkin. Really good question. Yeah, sure. Of course they can. But you never want to make business decisions based on that assumption, right? So if we made business decisions based on, well, this could be used in a way that would damage XYZ, right? That's a really, you never want to do that because the vast majority of users will benefit from it, right? There is going to be 1% of abuse, but that's like saying we shouldn't make Instagram because occasionally someone's going to upload their picture of their dick. Like, do you see why that like doesn't follow? It's because like the net positive of creating a system like that is so far greater than the few abuse cases. I would never know when someone messaged me. Yeah, but the Twitch messaging system was really good. Now there's no way to contact someone realistically. Like I get whispers and I check them like every month or so. And I get all my whispers are from people I banned. That's all I get. Like it's like a whisper from someone that's like, well, you banned me for disagreeing with you, but good luck, I guess. You know, it's like just like people like that. I don't know, dude. That's funny. Mick Fowl, the next time that you post about another streamer in my chat, it's over. I don't want to be annoying, but just wondering if you've checked out the Discover tab on Twitch mobile. Wait. What? Discover tab? Is that on, Interesting. What is this based off of? Can I see this? First of all, can I show you guys this? I'll just whisper you. That's fine. That's totally cool, dude. Whisper me all you want. I mean, okay. So this is like a new thing. These are channels we think you might enjoy. So... And these are channels I've never been to, which is interesting too. And actually, the system is like good. Yeah, this is like a recent thing that they added in. That's pretty good. Like it's like we know that you watch a lot of Smash, and so this is a very simple algorithm, right? And it's like amazing that it took Twitch this long to do this. They take a stream like Destiny's, and they say, "Oh, you know that you're watching a lot of Destiny streams." And the overlapping viewership between Hassan and Destiny is like 30 to 50%. So you'd probably like this channel too. Leffen, I watch a lot of Zero. So it was a easy crossover here. And Dota 2 is obvious too, right? So this is a really simple way to do this algorithm. Yeah, they should have done a bazillion years ago. I assume mobile is just like that. So this is just using the same system. Smaller communities recommended for you is an interesting idea too, but I think is it complete random? Yeah, I think that Twitch has tried to solve this problem to their credit for sure. I have to think really carefully about how I feel with Twitch being a sales organization as well as a platform. I don't know if I like it. All my just chatting recommendations are girls. I think my recommendations are like probably based on stuff that I watch. Leffen because I watch Zero. Beyond the Summit because I play auto chess. Baru and Anthem is a random one. I don't know. Hassan because of the Destiny crossover. Baru probably because it has a lot of crossover with Nerd Fusion. And then 2 Dota 2 people. Smaller communities. This, as far as I know, I think is like pretty random. But still based on games that you watch. So there's an Ultimate. There's Dota. Magic, which I watch too. How does being a sales partner make you uncomfortable? I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I think I have to think about this more before I talk about it. But my initial thinking is platforms by their nature should be pretty impartial, right? So Twitch has had problems with this before, like when they tried to own esports teams. Some people might remember this. If you are adepts of the Twitch meta. And this is another kind of foray into that. So let's say that if Twitch has my best interest as a streamer in mind, here's a very easy example of why this is bad. So, or why it could be. If Twitch has my best interest in mind, right? I think everybody will follow this. Let's say, hey, I'm Mylixia the streamer. And there's an opportunity. So Alienware has a budget. I'm just using let me use a company that no one's going to actually use because Alienware's in the space. Think of a company that doesn't have any sponsorships in the area. Quality food chains. IKEA. There you go. Yeah, IKEA. So IKEA is a great example. Good job. Okay. So let's say that IKEA has a marketing budget of $100,000. Okay. Because that's how companies work. They have marketing budgets. They don't have infinite money to just spend on things. And furthermore, it's actually further reduced because their total marketing budget might be $100,000, but their actual budget to allot to what we would call like weird projects, like kind of like skunkworks type of projects, which like Twitch would fall under. Because your traditional marketing for like an IKEA is going to be what, like, I don't know, newspaper ads, TV, stuff like that. So like the majority of their marketing budget will still go towards that kind of stuff. So then they have a budget for digital advertising, which is going up year over year. And then a furtherly reduced budget for weird digital advertising, which is like stuff like Twitch. So let's say that out of the 100, this is totally arbitrary. Obviously, IKEA's marketing budget is millions and millions of dollars. Let's say it's $100,000 and 10% of it is allotted towards digital advertising in the weird category. So they're going to do $10,000. Okay. So IKEA goes to Twitch and says, hey, we want to spend $10,000. Okay. Twitch has Liquid as an exclusive partner, but they also have my interests in mind because I am a bounty board person. So on my bounty board, there are these options for me to stream stuff, right? That I don't know if I can show you or not, but there are like a bunch of options. Like right now it says I could stream Apex Legends for 1 hour while using my Omega Point Pathfinder skin from Prime. And then I would get Apex Legends. And if I stream this for 1 hour with an average of 273 viewers, I get some money. If I stream Breach, I get some money. And then I could also stream a Super Bowl ad for some money too. So let's go back to IKEA. And IKEA says, well, hey, we want to do an ad buy. And we want to have a commercial, for example. Well, how does Twitch decide to give that to Liquid as their exclusive partner or give it to me? And further, if Twitch has 3 people they claim to be supporting, but they have Liquid as an exclusive partner, what does that mean? So there's no way for Twitch to fairly diversify the budgets of incoming sponsors And it's funny is that you're gonna have streamers go up in arms about stuff like ninjas showing ads on their channel, but you'll never have streamers talk about this, even though it's a way bigger deal. This is directly taking money away from streamers. It just is. But you're never going to hear them complain about it because nobody understands it's too sophisticated. It's like nobody understands the sales pipeline. So my initial feeling is like Twitch doing forays into like being exclusive sales platforms for anybody really is not good. As a platform, you want to remain innocuous. Think about if YouTube sponsored specific MCNs or organizations over others for unique opportunities with the platform. Everybody would flip out about this because YouTube as a community is sophisticated enough to flag things like this down, but nobody on Twitch is. Did you ever teach marketing business classes? Yeah. Also, what if a streamer from Liquid breaks toss? You can't just ban them because they're also tied to you. No, that situation is not as cut and dry. From an enforcement standpoint, Twitch doesn't owe anything to Liquid. They're not like, so this, it's an important distinction. It's a good comment. Twitch is not like featuring Liquid as like a partner. They're not like making them like exclusive or more powerful on the platform in some way. They're just getting exclusivity for sales. So this only affects like this from a sales pipeline standpoint. Do you ever consider making videos drawing attention to this? Yeah, this will be on YouTube probably because Xfer and I are working on making YouTube content. So this will probably be on youtube.devonnash, but it's so small that nobody really cares. Nobody ever cares about these. Like the people that know about these talks, I think they're really valuable. That they'll come and watch them, but this doesn't get a much of a following, which is why I usually give these talks. I'd probably be more careful if I'm not concerned about damaging my relationship with Twitch. There's nobody on Twitch that would disagree with anything that I'm saying, and I'm not saying anything that's like really secret or whatever. I have a lot of friends at Twitch, but it's yeah, I don't know. I'm not concerned. If Twitch executes me for talking about like meta Twitch issues or whatever, then I mean I don't want to be on the platform anyway. They would never do that. Do you think we can make this into a long video? Yeah, or I don't know. Yeah, probably. Or we can probably like pick out parts of it just to talk about. The whole Twitch as a sponsorship partner thing is probably a separate issue from what we were just talking about, which was something different, right? I've never seen Waffle get more mad at a video game than Tetris BR. I think he's like, he's actually so mad. Like, it's insane how mad he gets. Well, yeah, we're rebooting. So the YouTube is going to be youtube.com/DevonNash. If you want to sub there, there's going to, like, within the next week or two, there's going to be a lot of really interesting videos on it. I give these talks on stream almost every day. And they're just about, I actually didn't even think I was going to give one today because nothing really interesting was happening. But it ended up that I found something on Twitter that's interesting. And I love these talks, and I think they're really better. Like, a lot of people don't have insight into this. So it's one of these things that I can do that's actually a very unique thing. So I was like, man, it kind of sucks that these never live anywhere. So I should really put them somewhere. And then luckily a couple people in my community, particularly Xfer and another guy named Melody, they came out and they're like, hey, like, we want this stuff to live too. And so now it's existing. It's actually on YouTube now, a lot of it, but we're going to start moving it over to the home channel. It's great. I'm so happy that it is because I want to look back on this stuff like years later, and I want to do a lot of specific content for. I think if I could go back, and this is such a crazy statement to make, but if I could go back in time to 2011, I would have been a YouTuber and not a Twitch streamer, for sure. You have a popular quips and good opportunity for clip compilations? Yeah, and it'd be really cool to like take clips from like the 30 days thing or whatever, and then put those on Instagram too, because Instagram is another. Yeah, just let this stuff live places, stuff like this. Yeah. Damn, I could actually, if I sold out like completely on this, on this stuff, I could actually make a lot of money. Maybe like the extra $1,000, $2,000 a month. I was gonna talk to you about exporting clips to IG. It would be, that's like the dream, dude. It's hard to find content for Instagram, but it's one of my most popular platforms. Quite a few YouTubers are branching to Twitch because of demonetization on YouTube. Yeah. But those YouTubers have no business sense. That's wrong. I think they're just branching to Twitch because it's easy to do. And it's something that could earn them more income. And because it doesn't take that much time for them to do videos. You could use IG stories to tell people your life. I could. I kind of wonder like how successful that would be. My stories, I think on average get like 500 to 1,000 views. I don't know. IG is a site that really supports living the life and life improvement so it can work well. 100% agree. Yeah. Yeah, Swamp Steel, thank you. Yeah, the YouTube channel is really interesting. And I also have youtube.com/Mylixia, but we're depreciating, to use a Twitch term, this channel to be able to move stuff over to the Devin Nash YouTube channel. Because eventually I'm going to do a whole brand switch over to Devin Nash. So if you're a YouTuber, the right thing to do is to use your existing platform to expand to other monetization opportunities, right? If you're just doing it for a business, from a pure business standpoint. So it'd be like, if I'm a successful YouTuber, what I should be doing is I should be doing calls to action to a Patreon, or I should be doing calls to action to a course or an apparel line or things like that, right? Only after you've maximized those avenues or verticals is when you should actually start looking into like changing platforms and stuff. There's your moving to Seattle that you should put up on your Devin Nash channel. Wait, what do you mean moving to Seattle? Oh, wait. Were you? Was it you or Melody that found? It was you, right? That found the old clip of being authentic to yourself. I'm so glad you found that. Oh yeah, it was you. We should absolutely put this up. I think this is one of the most. This talk was one of the most important talks I've ever had. I'm so glad you saved this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. When I say like, I'm really, really happy this stuff exists now. This is a really good video. Yeah, I remember this 100%. I will link it, yeah. So when I get home today, Xver, I'll put a couple hours into adding you to like the YouTube and stuff. Doesn't Patreon seem like e-begging to you? I mean, how is it any different from me asking for subs or for streamers asking for donations or anything like that? Absolutely not. Patreon's not e-begging. Patreon's providing a service like anything else. So if you look at someone like, mine already went to Koibu, but perfect example. You get things for subscribing to this, right? And if you go to someone like one of my favorite people, like Peter Hollins, right, who does just like beautiful music videos on YouTube. It's not like he's like begging for money. It's like he's supporting something. You're supporting a person to do what they love. This is like Patreon is great. It's so great. The fact that somebody can do something that they love and that people can benefit from that. And that's what YouTube is, right? Like YouTube is good. Like if I could talk about stuff like this full time, I don't think Critical Role has a Patreon. They really should. And all I did was like create content like this. I mean, at some point in my life, I really want to do that. Thanks, Swamp Steel. I appreciate that. Yeah, they just moved to... Tonight is the first episode of Critical Role that will actually be on twitch.tv/Critical Role. And I am super interested to see how the viewership does. It's really, really interesting. My guess is it'll be exactly the same. My guess. But we will see. I have a few D&D map artists, some YouTube people that do stuff. There's a whole lewd pic stuff that's basically softcore porn. Yeah, I know a girl that draws really weird hentai pictures on here. Can I hang on? She makes so much money. She has an alias. She'd probably be really upset. Yeah. I'm not gonna shout her out, but she makes like $8,000 to $9,000 a month, just like drawing. I guess she draws like dicks on girls, and like fur, the furries with the dicks and girls. And it's like amazing. Like she gets commissions, and her commissions are like $250, $500. Because I guess you can like draw yourself as a girl with a dick. That's a big thing. Like I'm too old for this shit, dude. I have a friend who made $40K a month making a porn game on Patreon. That's insane. I completely believe it, yeah. My bots are super sophisticated to get horny over furry dick girls. I love the throwback, the 180 all the way back, dude, the 360. Yeah, and like I said, like from a market standpoint, I think that's fine. Sounds good. I mean, whatever you're into, man. The fact that in 2019, that girl, who I think she's 27 now, is making like a Google engineer's salary drawing animated dicks on girls is the peak of the peak of American innovation and entrepreneurship. It's great. Like 50 years ago, she would have had to work for like a corporation or something, like, and would have hated her wife. But now she can get supported by other hella weird people. Stop spamming other people's emotes. Stop it. So annoying. Does that mean the future is good? Yeah. The future is the platform revolution, dude. Everything's going to be a platform inside of 5 to 10 years. And wait, what was the stat? It was something like 40% of the American workforce now is considered freelance. Doesn't work for a corporation, but just works for things like Fiverr or like different platforms and stuff like that. Uber. It's really the only way that we're going to be saved from automation is like people performing services for other people. Right? So like if you look at like truck driving and how many zillions of jobs that is, right, that are going to be lost when we get automated truck drivers. A lot of those jobs will be filled in by stuff like Dolly, or Lug. Lug's great, dude. That's a perfect example of like platforms that work. Everything's going to move to this. Some guy that used to be in the military, I needed a couch moved from a store. So I just paid a dude through an app to put the couch in his truck and drive it to my place and then lift it up my stairs. And then my couch appeared in my home. He got paid for like a couple hours work, a good amount, $120 or something. I got my couch. It was great. Platforms are just eating up small business market share, not really creating new jobs. Okay, I'm okay. I don't even know where to begin with that comment. I feel like I'd have to meditate for 1,000 years to try to figure out all the ways that I could tell you how ridiculously wrong that comment is. And I still wouldn't be halfway there. I could become the next Buddha. Okay? And I still would not know where to begin. Platforms have created so many jobs. Okay. Okay. So let me just give you one example. No, I know it was an innocuous comment, and I'm sorry. Okay, I'm okay. Well, let me just give you one example. Okay, Twitch.tv is a platform, right? It didn't take any business away from any small businesses. There were no small businesses that were creating that were streaming services or whatever. But many different jobs were created through Twitch TV as a platform, right? Because Twitch was able to enable all these content creators to exist, for example, right? Yeah, lots of good stuff, right? eBay didn't take away from UPS or FedEx; it enhanced it, right? eBay didn't take away from any small business creators; it enhanced it, right? It didn't take away from thrift shops; it made them better because people bring more business through them and things like that, right? So platforms are great. Yeah. Doesn't ruin small business. Now things like Walmart and stuff, like retail stores that come in and like take stuff out. Like that's a good example of like ruining small businesses, which you might be referring to and stuff like that. Okay, we're all right. What do you think about universal basic income as a solution to the automation crisis? I think it's the only solution. So there was a good podcast by Joe Rogan with a presidential candidate, Andrew Yang. And Andrew Yang argues for basically just giving every citizen of America $1,000 a month. And there's nothing that I can think of to disagree with his argument. The way he suggests to pay for it is to tax corporations, which I also agree with. Even though I'm a very, very staunch capitalist in terms of like I really like the market to solve its own problems. I don't think the market can solve the automation problem. And I think that the only answer, well, I don't have a better answer than UBI. I don't know. There might be one, but I don't have a better answer. So if you wanted to learn about universal basic income and why it's an idea, I think this podcast is really good. Universal basic income, what it is the idea that every American citizen, or in our case, like I guess every citizen, is afforded some kind of basic income per month that is paid to you by the government and taxed either via corporations or high income earners. So the idea would be like in Alaska, because of the oil subsidies, every Alaskan citizen is paid something. I don't know what it is. It's about $2,000. So it's not that much. So he would be suggesting a $1,000 a month. Subsidy for every American. What do you think of Andrew Yang and his platform on UBI specifically? It was convincing on the Joe Rogan podcast, but I haven't actually looked into his platform. Like, I don't completely understand exactly what he advocates, but I think him bringing attention to UBI is good. I don't think he'll ever win the presidential race. There's just no way. I love political streams. I never do politics on this channel, but because this is an economic issue and I'm not really talking about the politics of it, I'll do it. Because this is a business channel, but this is business. And basically, this guy's whole platform is UBI, right? Like, this is his big deal. It seemed like Joe Rogan's every question was answered by UBI. Be like, yeah, so what are you going to do about, like, people not having jobs? And he's like, UBI. What are you going to do about, like, the malaria crisis? UBI. What are you going to do about, like, Russia threatening us with nuclear weapons? He's like, I'm going to go to them and tell them, hey, we're cool. We have UBI. I was like, okay, this dude's a one-stop shop. At least, again, my only context into him is the Joe Rogan podcast. But can he really nuke us when we have all of this money? Vladimir would be like, good point. I guess I can't, man. The only reason I'd want Andrew Yang to win is because if we just like warp into any part of the podcast.
But stories have come out over this last year saying that Americans are now at the lowest rate of childbirth that has been the case in decades or ever.
Yeah, that's a conversation that I have.
He just sounds like a normal person, man. I miss that, dude. I miss a person that just actually talks like a normal person. Like, whatever. Everybody has different opinions about Obama. I don't care what you think. Like, I don't even know what I think, but the one thing I'll say about Obama is that he spoke well. He always spoke well. He represented us well as a country. When he said stuff like it was something that you could like follow, and he gave speeches that I could like, I don't know, just like be proud of. Like, I'd be like, yeah, the values that he espoused, right? Whether he executed on them or not, the values he espoused were very American and really cool. You know, like, we are a country that is about being the best version of ourselves. We should aspire to be the greatest country, etc. Like, that was great. We need a person like Andrew talks normally. It's like better than the spin zone, dude. I gotta say though, the Trump address, what House of, you can tell I don't do politics, even though I listen to NPR every morning. Actually, the reason why I'm not talking about this well is because I'm very tired. I'm just not sleeping enough because I fucking play auto chess when I get home. God damn it. Okay, anyway. The State of the Union. The last part of the State of the Union was pretty pog. Kind of got pumped to be an American. Everything else was... Feels bad, man. I like it when presidents talk about all the cool stuff about being American, man. Where it's like... You know how, like, I don't know, people just get pumped and it's like, yeah, where it's about big cars and jet planes and entrepreneurship. We're going to go do some shit. Bomb countries that don't matter. You go, yeah. Like, I don't know. It's very, I like the K Kona, man. I'm trolling it, but anyway. He pretty much says he wants to gut welfare to do it. It makes me very uncomfortable. UBI shouldn't be an option. It should be afforded on top of current social benefits. I don't know enough about it to agree or disagree. What I would say is that, at least in the Joe Rogan podcast, he states that the way that he will make the money is to tax large corporations. Essentially, he suggests a VAT tax. And I don't know enough, again, but... Like, this isn't good. Amazon didn't pay any federal income taxes in 2017. During the previous 5 years, Amazon reported profits of $8.2 billion and it paid an effective federal income tax rate of just 11.4%. That means the company was able to shelter more than 2/3 of its profit during the tax period. And then 7 days ago, Amazon pays no federal taxes again. The world's largest online retailer, which deserves $800 billion, earned a record $11.2 billion. Yet it didn't pay the 21% U.S. corporate tax, thanks to leveraging unspecified tax credits and stock-based compensation deductions. This doesn't seem good. I think anybody would look at this and go, huh, this is not probably good, right? Nobody would really think this is good. Like... Why is Amazon not paying taxes? Why do I have to pay taxes if Amazon doesn't have to pay taxes? Okay? Why? Why is it that I get my paycheck from Twitch or Nerd Fusion and my tax money is already paid? It's already gone. I didn't even get a chance to decide, dude. I can't even be a criminal if I want. It's just gone. Amazon, though, they're like, yo, you know what? We don't like paying money, so we're just not going to do that. And the feds are like, okay. What do you mean? Wouldn't UBI just raise the price of everything? Maybe. I think the argument that Yang makes is that there is more... and this is actually a good argument. If you give $1,000 to a millionaire, it won't do much, right? Because it'll sit in a bank account or be invested or something. But if you give $1,000 to a person who's riding the line, that'll be considered disposable income. It'll go back into the economy. That's something that makes sense to me. Again, I'm not an economist. I'm a business owner, but like that makes sense to me. So it seems like to me that if you were to give $1,000 to middle and lower class people, I think the money would go back into the economy pretty quickly. I also think that if Amazon actually had to pay taxes, they would probably raise their prices. But Amazon's entire platform is built off of lowering prices and making it making prices lower, and basically their whole flywheel is based off lowering prices, right? The system doesn't work if they raise their prices too much. So at some point, they may just have to accept less profit. But people that are in the middle and low class, they don't hold their money. They're not going to invest that. They're not going to take that $1,000 the government gives them and be like, oh boy, can't wait to invest in the S&P 500. No, they're going to spend that like in a second on hookers and blow. And that hookers and blow is going to go back into the economy. And that's good. Doesn't everyone that buys stuff from Amazon pay taxes for the products? Sure, but that's not Amazon paying that. It's you. That's you paying it again. You're getting taxed for the income that you make, and then you're getting taxed again for buying a product. That's you getting taxed 2 times. Amazon in that entire process doesn't get taxed even once. They don't get taxed for selling you the product, and they don't get taxed for the profit that they make off of it. That's the whole point. But this is big. This is galaxy brain stuff, dude. I don't know if... I don't know how all this works. This is like... Economy is really complicated. I don't know many people that know how the economy works. I think Steven has a pretty good grasp of it. The current tax system seems to reward people who can hire accountants to perform magic on deductions. Well, yeah, it rewards people that have a lot of assets. So, like, the more assets you have, like, the more potential tax havens you can do. Like, you can do tax havens and stuff like that for, like, real estate and do certain corporations for owning things. But if you're, like, a 1099 employer or whatever, you can't, your standard deductions aren't, like, a hugely meaningful decrease. Like, I could write off some of the space that I live in 2018 because it was used for streaming, which is a business thing, and I can write off my car. It doesn't end up being that much money. I still pay a huge percentage as a 1099 contractor to the government. Way too much, actually. You shouldn't pay more as a 1099 contractor. Well, no, I don't know if that statement's true. I should probably stay in my lane. I'm talking way out of my element here. I don't really know what I'm talking about. Doesn't seem like a good idea for Amazon not to pay taxes. That's something that I think. That doesn't seem good. Investing in the S&P 500 is very good. Plus risk rate for your obligations. I don't know if it's so good anymore, right? Before John Bogle died, he was like, now everybody's investing in index funds. Not cool anymore. Then he just died. It was kind of crazy. I've noticed that everyone becomes an economist when they're on Twitch, particularly the chat. That's true for everything. If we start talking about like neurosurgery or like brain surgery or something, or like the amount of consciousness that's shared between ant colonies, I promise you there will be the ant experts that show up like magic in a 100-viewer stream somehow. I've been studying ants for 15 years, and let me tell you about their people. It could be insane. I have a PhD in women's anatomy. Dude, I got kicked out of that program. If you're getting paid via 1099, you generally pay more taxes than a W-2 employee. Have fun with self-employment tax on top of your federal income tax. Yep. Feels bad, man. How do we know if the person is an ant expert or actually just an ant? I think ants are probably smart enough to operate a computer. That might have been the dumbest thing I've ever said. No, probably not, but it's up there. Let's see, 8 a.m. Wait, is it Thursday? Yeah. Ants aren't, but ants colonies could probably operate a computer, trust me. Probably not. Any ants in chat? Ants are actually busted, dude. Have you guys ever looked into ants? They're really OP. Did you know there's more ants per weight than humans? If you were to weigh all the ants in the world, they'd weigh as much as all the humans. Maybe. How many ants are there in the world, dude? We need to count every ant. 100 trillion ants? That's so many ants. 100 trillion ants, and 90 trillion of them lived at the CLG house, dude, when I was there in LA. Oh, maybe they used to outweigh humans. Now they don't. Will quitting Instagram make me happy? Yes. You eat 10 ants when you sleep in tropical regions? Don't you eat spiders too? Yeah, what's crazy is when ants... Like, ants will just give their entire life for the greater good, dude. Without a second thought. That's a scary organism. The spider meme is a myth? Really? Why is everything I've ever heard wrong? This annoys me so much. Nothing is true. Urban Legend says humans ingest 8 spiders a year. Spider fear. The short answer is probably not. It's probably not true. We move around in our sleep frequently enough to determine critters from crawling over us, but spiders tend to avoid interaction with humans when possible. Some humans do have middle of the night run-ins with spiders. Dude, I swear that spiders can sense if you hate them. My ex hated spiders so much. And I have no problem with spiders. I think they're really cool, actually. So if I saw a spider, I'd just leave it there. And, you know, they'd just be chill, man. They like run across my screen or run across my keyboard and be like, yeah, okay, you do you, buddy. But my ex, like, she would just like wake up and there'd be like a spider in her ear. They'd be like swinging towards her, like straight up just like Spider-Man stuff. They can sense that you hate them. I'm pretty sure. I never killed spiders, dude. I always saved them. I put them in a little Tupperware container and I took them outside. And I did this for hundreds of spiders because I used to live in Lake Tahoe and there's so many spiders there. It's ridiculous. So I would put them in a little Tupperware container and I'd walk them to the forest. I wouldn't even let them out on the concrete. I'd walk them to the forest, their home, where I would release them back into the wild. And I think the spiders as a collective, the Spider Council, the Council of Spiders, has like deemed me a good human. And so they're like, yeah, that guy's all right. The Spider Council. And that's how I got my views on Twitch. The Spider Council sent their spiders to watch my stream. Feels Spider-Man. That's ViewBot. Yeah, that's how I ViewBot. It's the Spider Council. I had to convince my girlfriend that the spider in the shower was our friend and we shouldn't kill him. She ended up naming him and we coexisted peacefully. Naming is a really weird thing that humans do. It's like if we didn't name it, like if human beings didn't name pets, they'd be so much more apt to kill and eat them. It's just like, you're Jim the spider. Now I like you. It was just like a random spider. You're just like, like such a weird phenomenon. Have you ever seen that story of a girl's headache that turned out to be a spider living in her ear? That's probably a meme. Oh, shit. Tried to coax the critter out. It's common to see emergency room visits due to the presence of a foreign object in the ear, ? And it takes a simple procedure to remove the object. However, when a living insect is inside, the patient's anxiety makes it difficult. That is super spooky. There's like a barrier between your ear and your brain, right? Watch the video? Hell no, I ain't watching that video. That is terrifying. There were some images below there that I don't want to see. The Council of Spiders does not approve. Oh my God, I'm looking at the pictures. That's so scary. That's so, ew. The Council of Spiders does not approve this message, dude. That's against spider terms of service. I would not do that to you, Twitch chat. This is something you never have to see. What if before you ate any meat, you were told the name of the animal you were about to eat? Do you think more people would be vegans? It wouldn't affect me personally. If someone was like, you're about to eat Jim, the cow, I'd be like, later, Jim. Peace out, dude. It's if I name it, it has to be like me, like I name you Jim. Then I'd be like, I don't want to kill you, Jim. But if like someone was like, yeah, you're eating Stacy the sheep, I'd be like, good shit. I wouldn't care. I think for me to make the association, I have to have like a personal association with it. Do you think if humans cure aging, more people will become more vegan? I don't know. That seems like a weird crossover. If you want to watch a really interesting video on aging, there's a YouTube by the Harvard geneticist and Joe Rogan. What was his name? David Sinclair. Amazing video. Probably one of them. It actually is the most amazing video that I have watched in 2019. And I tend to consume a great deal of this stuff. It was really good. It would be rude not to eat, Jim. Yeah, I'd be more inclined. I'll tell you one thing, dude. If we move to being an entirely vegan society, I will be the last meat eater in that society. I will never change. I will just up my animal intake by the ratio of vegans that there are. So right now, I think it's 3-to-1 that I eat. For every animal that vegans don't eat, I eat 3. It'll have to go up to like 10-to-1. I'll have to just eat steaks like all day. Eating entire farms at a time. I have a really weird thing with intermittent fasting. This is not something that you can believe unless you watch me eat. Some people who know me like in life may know this. I do not get full. I can eat infinitely. It's really crazy. Because of intermittent fasting, I can eat, I think that's why, I can basically eat literally infinitely. Like, I'm not even memeing. Like, it's not atypical for me to eat 2 to 3 pounds of meat and 2 giant salads with a full apple, almonds, blueberries, tomatoes, kale, with like a side of like lentils, red beans. And I'm like not even close to being done. I'm like Galactus or something. The only time I ever got full was I went to an all-you-could-eat hot pot place. And I still ate until they closed, but I must have eaten like 5 or 6 pounds of meat, no problem. But they closed. And I was pretty full after that. Oh, I know how to tell you. So here's how much I eat. I'll tell you because everybody knows Chipotle. So my Chipotle meal will be 1 burrito. It'll be like a full burrito with double steak. 2 cheese quesadillas, the full ones, not the kids menu ones. And then a bowl of double chicken with everything, avocado, cheese. And I'll get 4 sides of taco shells. And then sometimes I'll eat the rest of my girlfriend's bowl too. That's an example of like, that would be like in Chipotle terms how much I eat. And I think I should probably stop doing that. That sounds time consuming. It is, yeah. What do you do with the taco shells? I put the bowls. I scoop the bowl into the taco shell, and then I get tacos and a bowl, and it's actually so big brain. How do you eat so much without getting fat? I work out a lot. And then I also, that's my only meal of the day. So even if I consume like 3,500 calories in that, I'm not consuming anything else. But something with intermittent fasting, I suspect, makes it very difficult to gain weight. Isn't there vegetarianism implied in Buddhist teachings? I don't know what school of thought you would count yourself towards, but you are a Buddhist, right? Yeah, very few people know that I'm a Buddhist, yeah. Yeah, I'm a Theravada Buddhist. But maybe it's in Mahayana Buddhism, because that says all sorts of shit, but the Theravada Buddha, the Buddha himself didn't care. Polycanon, there's nothing in there about not eating animals. It does say that like being a butcherer or like a poisoner as a profession is a kind of like net negative on the psyche and advises against taking on those professions, but nothing about eating animals. Yeah, intermittent fasting is weird. I've been eating really bad for the last like 2 months. And I was shocked to find that I'm below the weight that I even want to be at. The only real rule is not killing. Yeah. And then, yeah. And so there's like some like little extrapolation in that, which is like, don't take professions that actively kill stuff. And that's where the gray area is with like killing animals and stuff. But it's don't take professions that kill stuff. So like, there's like a bunch of them, like weapons and arms dealers, like poisoners, stuff like that. It's not a hard, fast rule, but it's like the Buddha says it's like really bad for your psyche. Because everything in Theravada Buddhism is about your own personal self-actualization, right? So like things that limit that are not good. Do you believe in an afterlife? I take the Theravada Buddhist standpoint on everything. So I would just tell you it doesn't matter. It's not relevant to our current human experience. The Buddha has really annoying answers for all metaphysical questions, and I really like answering them that way. Are you unable to work with streamers who stream League because it actively kills both the audience and the streamer? Yeah, that's why I don't go on Destiny's stream as much anymore. Only the Mahayana Buddhists believe in rebirth and reincarnation and all that memes. Theravada Buddhists generally don't think it matters. And Zen is kind of like either which way. You get people that believe in it, some people that don't. If I want to learn about Buddhism, where would I go? I used to have a really good book that I recommended, but I stopped talking about Buddhism a lot. I might still have it somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. I'm going to play some auto chess after that. The really good recommendation would be Siddhartha, but I don't know if that's a good introduction. Such a good book, though. God, it's good. Everybody should read Siddhartha in their life. We should read Siddhartha. I have the ability to do this. I could make that a book club book. And it technically is not fiction because Siddhartha Gautama did exist insofar as we know. A lot of the books that are like really popular on Amazon, a lot of the like bestsellers and stuff are just distilled Buddhist concepts that are like written for I've never read Waking Up by Sam Harris. I think it's just like TLDR, meditate more, I think. I used to have an amazing book on this. But my book list is so huge now. I don't know. I have to think about it. Maybe it's in this list. Nope. I don't know. For everybody that ever asks about D&D, literally just point them to my Discord. It's in the announcements section. The reason I don't ever answer this is because I actually get asked this question. I would say maybe 200 times a day. Literally just go to my Discord. It's the easiest thing. Can I ask you maybe to message me over Discord? Well, shit. Yeah. Let me try to find it again. I don't really want to do that. Like, just because, like, I have to, like, remember something. If it's not on my list, I'm not going to remember it. I tell you what. I'll send myself an email, and I'll look at my bookshelf list. I probably don't have it, but I'll look at my bookshelf list when I get home today. And if you ask me again tomorrow, I will have an answer for you. The answer might be I don't remember, but I'll have an answer. Steven had a thing a while ago commenting on the amount of people saying how good D&D was tilted him a bit. Yeah, it tilts me too. I probably wouldn't mind the show ending at this point just because there's just such a focus on it in my channel. And just the enormous amount of time it takes. Oh, with the email situation. That was a meme. He was just memeing that. That wasn't real. I don't use Goodreads, Swamp Steel, but I use Blinkist so that I can pick. I can like listen to like 10 minutes of like a lot of books, so I can pick the book club books for our book clubs. Goodreads sounds like a really awesome website, though. How does it work? It's basically just like... It's like a social media for, like, books or something? That'd be crazy good. I've gotten so much out of reading books. It's been crazy. It's called Blinkist. It's a very short summaries of books. Like, you can read them in, like... You can read one... distilled stuff in 15 minutes. So if I really like the context of a book, I'll usually... A lot of nonfiction is on here. And you can read it and then... If you want to read the whole thing, you can. Oh, I don't mind the D&D stuff. Like, I like the discussion. What annoys me is that everybody just asks really simple questions. It's like if you literally just took 2 seconds to go to my Discord or actually do any sort of research at all, it would be super, super easy. You don't have to ask like when it is every 10 seconds. That reason, and also the just huge amount of time that it takes on my Wednesdays. Like, not having D&D yesterday was so pog. I went home, I worked out. Because like these other influencers don't have like actual real jobs, so like they just like they're on anyway. Like, it doesn't affect Steven or Lily Peachy really to run the shows or whatever. But for me, it's like I'm already working since 7 a.m. So like it's like savage. So like for me to get my night and like be able to work out, come home, play some auto chess, smash, make a good dinner and stuff like that, instead of like door dashing some food to me, like, and eating it like 15 minutes before the stream after I get out of my meetings, dude. Yeah, I would not mind D&D ending. It would be fine. And you have to be 100% on it for your character to work RP-wise? Yeah, exactly. I do love the show, and I love doing it with them, and like I you know, like it's really great. It's just there's just some definite like I don't know. When I look at so D&D last, I'm looking at my I do this. I track every hour of my day. Okay, so from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. on Wednesday, D&D was 7 hours of my day. It's insane. It's like crazy. If Gerald died, would you make a new character or leave the show? I would make a new character. But Gerald won't die. If Gerald never dies, will you ever reveal your badass character concept for the second character? Yes, I will. The other thing about D&D too is that something about the Dungeons and I've talked about this before on the stream, but something about the Dungeons and Dragons community is very weird. They're just weird people. Do you think it's beneficial to your channel proportional to the time or purely passionate for you? Damn, that's a good question. Because the key is proportional to the time. If I spent 7 hours of dedicated marketing time growing my channel, I would definitely be more ahead than if I was doing D&D. But I don't think I would ever realistically spend 7 hours of dedicated time towards growing my channel, right? So there's no doubt that D&D helps grow my channel, for sure. But it's not my goal to grow my channel. So like it's not my primary objective to get viewers, right? I do this because I love it. And because I do want to get, like I said, I do want to get to 1,000 concurrent viewers. That'd be great. That's kind of like a goal of mine, just like a personal goal. But like, I guess could I save 7 hours of my time? Reggie retired? Wait, what? D&D fans get possessive over what happens in a show or podcast is the weirdest thing. Yeah, like crazy possessive though. Like it owns, they own it. The D&D community is so weird. I'm gonna get some more tea.
Walk, little walk, small talk, big thoughts. Gonna tell them all just what I want. That street, 2 streets, I see you and me hanging on the empty swings.